You know, before YouTube fucked it all up, I had the greatest job in the world, opening for Hypnocast every night.
But then we got the call, and YouTube hammered us for Moxie's tits.
So now I'm jobless and broke with nowhere to go.
Your phone ringing.
Oh, the phone is ringing.
Big boy, come pick up your phone. How you know pick up your phone,
Hello, this is the Gopher. Who is it?
Hello, Gopher. The time is now. Hypnocast Season 3 is here, and we want you back.
Holy shit, boys, we are back in business. That son of a bitch is gonna scream any minute now. Let the show begin.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Probably all agree you can't cut 12-year-old Timmy's cock off.
Yeah. I like how you said cut for like half a second.
Yeah. Well, it's cut and cock, and it came out cuck, and yeah, that's. Whoops! Oh fuck! Oh no! Mistakes were made.
He's been waiting in the shadows patiently.
I just smashed JT the fuck out of this.
Your face is turning red.
Yeah, because I know that the next SNH I'm gonna be fucked.
Oh yeah.
But at least
with a horse cock.
That's an unknown part of the map, so I didn't see it yet. Could I survive if I jump? Nope. Nope. Nope.
America, the greatest country in the world?
Absolutely
not. If you were offered a one-way ticket to leave the country, never come back, but it's all expenses paid, would you accept that offer?
I don't think that I would leave. I wouldn't leave either.
Wow. Oh, I just, it's okay. I did that. I took it with me. Oh, shit.
Yo.
It's always the black people holding everybody else down.
Time out. All right. You know what? Yeah. I'm going to bed. I'm tired. Tired of this shit. This communist ass game, whatever. This doesn't want
Somebody else got it. You didn't get it.
Yeah, it's just a lot of racism today. All right. Y'all have fun. I'll just continue to watch and cope and see.
Sounds good.
And look at this motherfucker pretending he's gonna watch more Stranger Things.
Yeah, you know he's gonna watch Stranger Things all day. Either that or like some game or something.
Doesn't mean I don't have my phone next to me.
Watching porn.
That's tomorrow. Okay, bye.
MILF Hunters Part 14.
Now, Hypno, I could have hit you with a shuriken. I opted not to because I'm a good friend.
That's fucked up, you liar. You're a liar. You're an absolute liar. You're a liar. I knew it. Never trust white people.
Thank you, and I wouldn't have done it. You could have said thank you, but you said like, yeah,
Because I knew you were gonna do it. All right. Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Hypnocast. That's right. We are live, boys. We are live. We're going to dive down the rabbit hole that is known as the internet. But before we do any of that, we got to bring it in close. Come on, let's go. Hurry up. We got to bring it in close. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Monday. Nobody likes Monday, okay? I don't care what anybody says. I don't believe you if you say you like Monday. I don't care what the reason is. Monday sucks. Nobody likes Monday, but we still got to bring it in anyway. We got to hang out with each other. We got to hug it out. Say hello to everybody in the chat, regardless of whether or not they say yes or no. It doesn't matter. Hug them anyway, and listen very closely. If you are watching on YouTube, like the stream right now. Like it. If you are watching on Rumble, like the stream. If you are watching on Twitter, like the post. And if you're watching anywhere else right now, that is impossible. And you might be a little gay. So like the screen. Don't let it happen to you. Can I get a mic check, please? Mic check, titty check, balls check. What are we checking? What are we checking today, guys? We have a lot that we got to talk about. There is so much. There is an ungodly amount to talk about. You got some Assassin's Creed crazy news. Apparently, we got some new leadership that's going to be involved in Assassin's Creed. That's interesting. We got some marathon news. We got a brand new gameplay clip that I was going to look at yesterday, but I didn't have time. So today we're going to look at the new 6-minute gameplay clip, see what's going on with that. But what else are we checking, man? Crimson Desert check? Yeah. Yep, that game is coming out. Mouse game delayed check? Oh, come on. We're not even at the topic yet. You're already making me cope and seethe. I'm coping and seething at the thought of that already. Xbox CEO is not a gamer check? Yeah, that not exactly very shocking there. Hugging the hug haters check? Good job, Felsteph. Good job. A pirate walks into Xbox Studios to enjoy the chaos check? Yeah, well, that sounds about right. Atreus needs a PS5? He sure does. Ass grabber check, coconut shrimp check. I was on time and you weren't checked. That's not true. That is not true. Resident Evil 9 leaks deterred me from buying check. Chat wants clankers check or clinkers or however he spelled it. Too much snow check. I'm drinking Dr. Pepper check. Nope emoji check. We was Kangs and shit check. Neo check. Yeah, we're gonna be playing Neo tonight. We gotta make some progress, man. We finally got to the second map. We are so far behind. Assassin's Creed Xbox Syndicate check. Okay, interesting. Chicken cordon bleu check. Wow. That's amazing. Look at you. Pepsi blue check. Look at you, lucky boy. Clankers check from Romanizer. Sonya don't want no damn hugs check. Well, I'm not surprised at that either. All right, guys, listen, our ESG scores are at their maximum. We're fully funded, boys. Like the stream. Let's go. Let's do the Bigot Army roll call. Let's see who is in this chat right now hanging out with us today. Who is in this glorious chat on this not so glorious Monday that we're going to turn into a glorious Monday because that's what we do. That's what we do, boys. Who is in here, man? Who's hanging out with us? We got a kicking Danitz. What's going on, man? How you doing? We got John Bon Zombie. What's going on, bro? BioT Wolf 19. What's going on, dude? Raven X over on Rumble with the cope and seethe. I am definitely coping and seething. 100% about Mouse PI for hire. We got Weedy for Sweetie. We got Zalosi. We got Dragon. We got 17 Crash Gaming. We got Dark Dimos. Limitless Andre. Ashton Tyler. The Voice in the Water. Lucky Boy. Dark Tanave. Cat 32. Romanizer 24. The True Aztec Warrior. John D. Kurakami over on Rumble. Hanny. Melodic Method says Neo bosses scare me. They should not scare you. Why would they scare you? Don't let them scare you. We got Novak. We got Yamato 85. We got Joe Jimenez. Colonel Ruv. The Voice in the Water. Guy Caramon. What's going on, dude? We got Tim Grove 57. We got Christopher Lloyd. We got Mr. Melancholy. We got St. Hugo. What's going on, St. Hugo? We got Dragon, Commander Sonok, Life Ferret over on Rumble, Archangelus, Nick Havoc, Magni 32, 17 Crash Gaming. You're playing Neo 3 right now. Very nice. Very nice. I will be joining you in about a couple of hours. We got Christopher Lloyd. We got Blue Octopus screaming at the top of her lungs. Says, ah. New me, cozy game time K bye. Wow, that's something. That's definitely something. We got Alucard. We got JR. We got Ron DFK. Look at the hat. Everybody look at the hat right now. Look at the hat. Look at the hat. We got Infernal Hell Knight. We got King Demon Wing saying fuck Mondays. You see, me and King Demon Wing, we're on the same wavelength right there. You see, nobody likes Monday. I don't believe you if you say you like Monday. We got Melody Johnson. We got Demon Carol. We got Backbone EJ8. We got Dragatello. We got Kiera Lunar. Faye Summer. The True Aztec Warrior, John D. What's going on, John D? We got Cat 32. We got Darkvex OG. What's going on? We got Panthera. What's going on, Panthera? We got 3AB. All right, 4 more people. And then we got to get on with the show, man. 4 more people. Let's go. Who's in here right now? We got Rockin' Hound Dog. We got Reaper Knight questioning why he's even here. I don't know. It gets confusing sometimes. We got Gray Soul over on Rumble. What's going on, man? We got Nitro Buds. We got Midnight Mike. We got, who else is here? Dragon Knight over on Rumble. We got Zelosi again. We got Air Razor X over on Rumble. Here in body, but not in spirit. Oh, man. That's interesting. We got Tech the Drifter. What's going on, dude? That's a lot of checks. Yeah, we do check a lot. Beautiful Zexel. We got Hound RYS. Yamato 85. We got Raza saying Nudie Magazine Day. What the fuck is Nudie Magazine Day? I've never heard of this. Dart Dimos. What's going on, Dart Dimos? And last but not least, we got Siamazon. We got Genetic Spore over on Rumble. We got Leviath. We got JR over on Rumble saying here too. And we got Blanca. We got Bebop. We got Mr. Blue Cthulhu. Raven X over on Rumble. Dade 404. And last but not least, Camelot 331. Holy shit, boys. Holy shit. Shout out to Camelot 331. Thank you for hanging out with us, man. I appreciate that. All right, boys. It is time to sacrifice your fellow Bigot Army member. And who's going to get the weakest, most miserable money shot of the week? It's a Monday, boys. It's not a great one. Let's be real. It's not a great one. But at the end of the day, somebody's got to get the final call out. So let's see who's going to get it. Who's getting the final call out, man? We got Creepier07 says it's Monday. Time for y'all to eat some well-done steak. Oh, my God. What's wrong with you? Why would you put this well-done steak and pizza with pineapple, oranges, and mayo go down by 8? Bro, are you trying to collect all the nasty possible combinations? Like, what the fuck is this? You lost me at the wood that you're eating, which is well-done steak. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Lucky Boy says he is shielded, which basically goes down by 1, which ironically goes right back to Creepier. So we're going to go 8 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Holy shit.
So why am I starting to believe that this was not an oops? Why am I starting to believe that there is no absolute way that you were like, oops, and then you're giggling about it? You're giggling about it. Come on, man. This ain't no fucking oops. This ain't no oops. This was planned. God damn it, bro. I don't understand why people... Bro, what is this obsession with getting the money shot? He said, did I do that? Yeah. He pulled the Steve Urkel. Congratulations to 2Gate GameCuber. You are the recipient of the money shot today.
What the?
Yeah, I'm not believing the oops. I'm not believing the oops. Like the stream, boys. All right, listen, man. We got a lot we got to talk about today. All right, we're going to be talking about Assassin's Creed. The franchise has officially announced all new leadership, which is very interesting, considering that, I thought Vantage Studios already had all of this planned out, but apparently they didn't. And apparently they're bringing back some big heads from Assassin's Creed's past to run the franchise all over again. So we're going to take a look at that and see what's going on over there. We're going to talk about the recent prediction that was made by the supposed father of Xbox, and how he believes that the new CEO is being brought in to essentially kill the brand. Which, I am not going to disagree with that sentiment, considering we kind of spoke about that yesterday. But regardless, we're still going to talk about it. We're also going to talk about a video game that I personally spoke about that I don't think many people talked about, which was Amazon's King of Meat. Remember King of Meat? Remember that? King of Meat, when I made a video about that video game and how they thought that this game was going to be the live service hit. They thought this game was going to get 100,000 concurrent players on Steam. And then when it finally released on Steam, even after paying Mr. Beast millions of dollars for an entire video to promote the game ended up only hitting 300 concurrent players on Steam. Oh, shit. We're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it because it's pretty fucking funny. The game is officially dying. The game is officially sunsetting. And everybody's getting a refund, apparently. So we're going to talk about it. We're going to discuss it and go over that entire scenario because, my God, that's a funny one. We also got some Resident Evil news because apparently an ex-Capcom director decided to be totally normal and wish the death on anybody who was leaking the game's story because, that's normal. We're going to talk about Mouse PI for Hire getting another delay. This is like the 4th or 5th delay for this game. And after a while, you start to question, like, what's going on? But a lot of people are saying this game is being delayed now because they don't want to release next to Crimson Desert. But to be honest with you, I feel like it's a little more than that. But we'll talk about it anyway. We got an update to the Blue Point Studios story with Sony. Remember that studio that got shut down? The one that was behind the Demon's Souls remake? Well, we got someone who spoke with a couple of developers over at that former studio. And we got some interesting information that I want to share with you today. And then, of course, we're going to be talking about 2 things related to Xbox. Well, 1 thing related to Xbox and 1 thing related to Marathon. We're going to go over Marathon's brand new 6-minute gameplay trailer and see if there's anything that stands out to us whatsoever that looks good or looks bad. And we're going to talk about how a new report from The Verge is basically throwing Sarah Bond under the bus. That Xbox is essentially blaming her for damn near everything, which is interesting. So we are going to talk about all of that, ladies and gentlemen. But before we do any of that, we need to thank the people that went the extra step, the people that go above and beyond every single day. We appreciate them. Thank you guys so much. We are trying to hit 572 tier 1s in a row and 263 tier 2s in a row. So thank you guys again so much. I appreciate it. Let's start off with Panthera with the 2. It says, I'll be here for Mouse PI when it's ready. Listen, same here, man. I've said this so many times and I'll say it again, man. Mouse PI for Hire is this year's Expedition 33 for me in the sense of like hype, right? Because everybody knows, man, I was so hyped for Expedition 33. I couldn't wait to get my hands on that game. And I played that game like nonstop once I started playing it. Mouse PI for Hire is pretty much at that hype level for me. I've been looking forward to Mouse PI for Hire for a long time, which is why I'm kind of, a little sad over all these delays. But, whenever it's ready, I suppose, whenever it's ready. We'll talk about it, though. A Kickin' Danitz with 1 membership. Thank you, A Kickin' Danitz. I appreciate that, brother. And then we got Mr. Melancholy with a 149 super sticker. He was throwing a burger in the chat. I don't know if you guys noticed that, but he was throwing a burger in the chat. So whoever grabbed that burger, I hope it was good, and I hope it didn't have too much mayo on it. Speedy Cake with a 10 says, saw an article Friday about toxic headsets, i.e. PFAs, BPA plastics, in the 70 brand tested, and to channel my inner AJ, they're putting chemicals in the headsets to turn the gamers gay. That is a lot of information to consume at one time. So I'm just gonna go with that. Thank you, Speedy Cake. I appreciate it. K Styles with a 5 says, spending tonight my 47th birthday. Hey, shout out to the fucking legend, bro. K Styles with the 5 on his birthday. Everybody spam the chat right now with cake emojis. Happy birthday cake emojis. Spam the chat. Make sure he feels very loved. Shout out to K Styles, man. 47 long years on this planet. That is awesome, my man. Happy birthday. Appreciate you spending your birthday with us, man. Hopefully we can have a good time. Appreciate that, brother. We got Mervov with a 2. Says, I know good things take time, but damn it, no. Yeah, I know. That's kind of how I feel, right? So, like, after the first delay, it's like, whatever. The second delay is whatever. The third delay is like, all right, what's going on? And then the fourth delay is like, okay, what's happening here? You know, are we just, is this quality control? Are we getting felted? Like, what's happening here, you know? So, but anyway, it's fine. We'll talk about it. Gray Soul with a 2. Fuck the rules. This is the vote against Cortana. Good night. You're voting against Cortana already? That's not how this works. Thank you, Gray Soul. I appreciate the 2. We got Mr. Blue Cthulhu for 7 months. The first 4 Harry Potter books were lighthearted, fun. The 5th was dead serious. That's fucked up. That's a fucked up Harry Potter joke. If you guys know the lore behind that, that's a fucked up Harry Potter joke, man. God damn. Blue Octopussy has forced me to watch all the movies. I've never seen them. I'm assuming you said. You should watch the movies. They're pretty good. Blue Octopussy with a 5 says, for your information, Mr. Blue thought Hagrid was Dumbledore in the open. Oh my God.
Holy shit.
Oh my God. He thought Hagrid was Dumbledore in the opening scene of Sorcerer's Stone. That's rough. That's definitely casual. I'm not going to lie to you. It's definitely casual. I guess the guy in the big purple robes and the super tall hat and the crazy long gray beard, I guess he's not Dumbledore. I guess it's the dirty looking guy who's a giant. Yeah, I guess. I don't know. Whatever. You never seen the movies? It's okay. It's okay. Just Harry Potter people are gonna laugh at that. That's all. Mr. Spanglish with a 189 says 2026 battle of delayed GTA 6 versus Mouse PI for hire. Who will win? Oh, it's definitely going to be GTA 6. For sure. It's definitely going to be GTA 6, without a doubt. All right, that's it for YouTube. Let's go over to Rumble really quick. Over on Rumble, what do we got, man? We got Format gifting a membership over on Rumble. Thank you so much, my man. I appreciate that. That's legendary. And I think that's it. We are fully caught up. He never read the books either. Man, Blue, you are failing, Blue. You got to get this guy to read the books or watch the movies or something. Quickly. He needs to be educated on it. We got Kang with a 489. If you could please, for New Blackstreet, they are late and super sus. Are they late? Why am I not surprised? We got Xavier over on Rumble becoming a member all on his own. Thank you for that. I appreciate that, Xavier. Shout out to becoming a red boy with the Golden Sun profile picture. I appreciate that, man. Thank you so much. And we are fully caught up. Shout out to all of you guys. Thank you so much for the pre-stream legends. Like I said, we're trying to get to 572 tier 1s in a row and 263 tier 2s in a row. This was the first pre-stream legends, I think, in a year that we did not do Kiryu. So Kiryu is officially dead, ladies and gentlemen. That is it. Let's play some sad music for Kiryu. R.I.P. Kiryu. It was nice knowing you. I'm sure Weenie for Sweetie's happy. Weenie for Sweetie's probably happy as fuck about that. Hey, Kiara Lunar becoming a member all on his own. Thank you, Kiara Lunar. I appreciate that. Thank you so much, man. And then we got Trey Burkhalter with a 5 says, fuck, Sirius is gone. Next, you'll tell me that Dumbledore and the Owl are gone too. Listen, man, I didn't say anything. That was Blue. That was Blue and Mr. Blue. That was all the Blues, okay? That wasn't me. That was not me. Oh my God, look at this, man. Rapid fire in the chat. Zalosi with a 5 membership banger.
Let's fucking go! It's a membership banger!
And considering that is the first one of the stream, you already know what that means. The Kiryu haters, man. The Kiryu haters are all over the place, man. You know, Rumble loves Kiryu. Rumble be dancing and throwing up all kinds of emojis when Kiryu's out there. Shout out to Zalosi for saving Kiryu. I appreciate that. And then Felstev, at almost the same exact time, dropped a 5 membership banger right after to try to save Kiryu.
Let's fucking go! It's a membership banger!
Thank you so much, Felstev. I appreciate that, my man. That is legendary. And then Trey Burkhalter, right after Felstev, also tried to save Kiryu with a 5 membership bang.
Let's fucking go! It's a membership banger!
Shout out to Trey Burkhalter. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. We got Kira Ludar with a 2 high guard, Steam DB, 24-hour peak, falling below 1K. Shit, really? I might have to look at that. That might have to be the... You know what? Let's just look at it right now. All right, guys. We're fully caught up. Thank you guys so much again for all the insane pre-stream legends. I appreciate it. We're going to get into the content now. Let's have a good time tonight. First and foremost, let's take a look at Steam DB because Kiera Lunar talked about it, so we might as well check it out. High Guard is not even on this list anymore. Oh, there it is. I like how when you click High Guard... Oh, I'm sorry. When you look at High Guard on Steam DB... and you look at Deadlock, both of them say the same exact thing, which is trending on Steam DB. But they don't show any numbers like any of the other video games out there. Well, when you click on High Guard, oh my God, bro. Oh my God, bro.
Holy shit.
Bro, man, this, okay, so this has to be studied, right? This has to be studied. I think that this absolutely has to be studied, like this is crazy. I feel like this is worse than Concord in a way. Bro. So, hold on. Give me a, bro. There's 290 people watching this content right now on Twitch. All of the shills that said that this was the most amazing game ever, they're not even streaming this game to their audiences anymore. That's it. It's over. It's over. They moved on to Marathon. It's gone. Oh my. Bro, this is crazy. This is crazy. The reason why I say it's a little worse than Concord is because shit, at least Concord sold like 20,000 copies, across all platforms, but still, like Concord sold 20 some odd thousand, 15 some odd thousand copies. At least they got some money for it. Now, granted, they had to refund everybody, but this game was fucking free to play and almost nobody's spending money on their store. And now you have almost nobody playing it. We have a nearly complete flatline. This is a nearly complete flatline. And keep in mind, this is the 24-hour peak. Less than 1,000 players, bro. People are gone. That's it. They abandoned the game. I'm actually curious. I'm curious if there's any shillery going on in the Steam forums, or are they just basically moving on to Marathon at this point? Let's see. Let's check this out. Hold on. I'm so curious now. I can't believe this. This is crazy, bro. Hold on. Let's look at the Steam forums and let's see what we got. Classification of high guard enjoyers. I found that most of the people who ask why you hate that game are either unprofessional producers, CEOs from LinkedIn, don't play but work in the industry, or 2 console enjoyers without PC, or 3 guys whose expectations are so low that the animated GIF for them is already a AAA masterpiece. But if that's pretty funny. Botting. If there are bots spamming positive reviews, that means there's also bots pumping up the player count. I'd say the real amount of players is 200. Would the devs address this? No, of course not. Why would they address this? Expectations were set too high. This game is goated and will rise as a grassroots esports. Yeah, right, bro. You got to be trolling. You have to be trolling. No sarcasm, no irony, no hyperbole. After a few weeks of updates and a few weeks of players learning how to play the game and start to develop a meta, I am having one of the most fun I've had in a competitive shooter in decades. Haters can hate all they want. It's just that good. More like ass roots. That was funny. Holy shit, they are overdosing on copium. The dead game is dead. How are they going to cope themselves out of this one? Nuh-uh. Yeah, that see, the problem with nuh-uh is that only works for so long. Right? Like, you could do the whole nuh-uh, it's not happening, but that's only going to work for so long before you realize, like, bro, the numbers kind of back up what the chuds are saying. Like, you guys are cooked, you know? Damn, man, that is crazy, bro. People... Oh, here we go. Here's a good one. Oh, it's our very own Kiara Lunar. It's our very own bigot.
Holy shit.
Oh, shit, Kiara Lunar. So, about that player count, still think you could thrive? You just fell to sub 1K players in 24 hours peak. Stop embarrassing yourself. Just announce a closure refund. Those that bought microtransactions and let Highguard go there is nothing you could do to save it now. Bro, look at this. Kiara Lunar's out here felting. Lamoy says no refunds. 3 words for you. Stop the count. Of course Highguard can thrive. They have secure boot. Facts. No, they're going to keep the servers alive until contracts expire and the liabilities for refunds go away. Also, please buy a $20 mount. It's new content. Facts. Anyone who spent money on this slop deserves not getting refunds. I agree with that, by the way. Maybe then they'll learn a lesson about supporting good games and not slop games. I can't even. The latest update was a new base, 1 tool, and a whole load of cash shop slop. And folks on Reddit were glazing them skins and $20 mounts. Yeah, because I'm sure they were probably infiltrating Reddit and trying to use bots in order to promote their new cash shop stuff and like trying to save the game. Please pay for us. Please save the game. That is hilarious, man. W. Kiara Lunar. What a great thread. I'm sure it has even more, but we got to move on. Leaving early. With 875 in game, why is secure boot still required? Because they don't care. Under 1,000 players. Stop checking in on a game you don't play. Oh, this is good. I got to see this. If you're in here checking on a game you don't even play just to post negative comments, you're weird as fuck. No shot you got anything good going for you. Wow, you really got them there. 156 comments. You really got us there. Yeah, you really made us feel bad about our lives, for sure. For sure. That just hurts my soul. Wow. This is amazing. Almost as amazing as this person who spelled witness as whiteness. Holy shit. I'm just here to witness the unraveling of this flaming dog pile. Guys, it's W-I-T. There's no H. There's no H, my guy. Please. This guy's really high on copium. Big time. Big time. Oh, are they still saying review bombing? Still? If you have to look at these 5 reviews, what do they have in common? 5 fresh Steam accounts, 8 games each. All 8 games are identical. Highguard is the only one review on 5 accounts. Reviews don't make sense. All 5 are positive reviews. There are more of those, but you got the point. Damn. So much effort put into hating a video game, and he got banned. That's rough. Nobody gives a fuck about this game, bro. Just straight up, nobody cares about this game. Anyway, that's funny. Thank you, Kiara Lunar, for reminding me to check this out. I had completely forgotten about Highguard. I have been focusing on other stuff that, people are actually talking about. But that's pretty funny. It's funny to go down memory lane. 979 24-hour peak. That is strong. I think within the next couple of weeks, it's going to drop down to about 500 to 600. And that's kind of where it's going to end. So we'll see until they shut it down. Let me X that out. Let us begin our content, and we are going to start off with the coping and seething, boys. I got to start off with the coping and seething. I have to, boys. So bad news for the people that are looking forward to this game, myself included. Okay. Mouse PI for Hire put out a statement, and it kind of sucks because they've been. I don't know if you guys have been following my Mouse PI for Hire's Twitter account. But if you've been following the Twitter account, it's been so active with showcasing gameplay, footage and videos and stuff like that. And I've just been getting hyped because I've been wanting to play this game for a very long time. Since last year. I've been wanting to play it for a long time. And this game has experienced multiple delays. I think we're on number 3 or number 4. I don't remember exactly. But we are on multiple delays at this point. And today they made this post where they said Mouse PI for Hire will now launch on April 16th, 2026. Okay. So let's read their statement and see what they have to say. So they said, hello, everyone. Today, we have an important update to share with you all. And every time, I swear to God, bro, every time I see one of their posts that starts with this, I already know it's going to be bad news. It's going to be like a delay or something. But anyway, today we have an important update to share with you all. We've made a decision to move the release date of Mouse PI for Hire to April 16, 2026. As we approach the final stages of development, we want to ensure we are taking the extra time and care needed to make Mouse PI for Hire an experience to remember. My only problem with this statement is that this is the same thing they've said with the last 3 delays. Every time they delayed the game, they've always said they're nearing the end of development and they want to make sure it's like the best game ever. And I get that. I totally get that. But I don't necessarily believe that this has to do with development right now. I know they're saying that, but I do think it has to do with releasing alongside certain other video games. And you guys know how I feel about that. I don't even think this game and Crimson Desert is even in the same ballpark. But we've seen people do this with Hollow Knight Silksong. We've even seen some AAA games delay their game's release because of Hollow Knight Silksong. So anyway, but let's just read the rest of this. So they said that we remain unwavering in our goal to deliver you the best game we can, and that will just take an extra few weeks. We are excited to share more of the game with you in the lead up to launch. From the bottom of our hearts, thank you for the incredible support, Fumi Games and Playside Studios. So, again, guys, at this point, it's a little bit upsetting, obviously, because, after the first delay, you're like, okay, whatever, it's not a big deal. One delay, no big deal. Make the game right, all that stuff. Second delay, you're like, no, okay, that kind of sucks, but whatever, no big deal, make the game right. Third delay, it's like, okay, well, what's going on here? Like, is something wrong here? like, why is this game being delayed so much? You're using the same excuse every time. Like, what's going on here, guys? Are we good? Are we not good? You start to get a little concerned. And then the fourth delay, it's like, all right, what's happening here? And that's why I think there's a little bit more to this than just development, because maybe I don't want to believe that they're having development problems, and considering the extent of their development where everything is hand drawn according to them, and the amount of time it takes to actually animate everything and make everything work is quite extensive. So, maybe they need more time than others. But it is still ultimately upsetting as a supposed or proposed, I should say, fan of this game, where I'm super excited for it. But at the end of the day, if it really is development related, then yeah, of course, take all the time you want. And let's make sure the game is top tier when it releases, because nobody likes buggy games at release. Nobody likes missing content. Nobody likes any of that shit. So I'm all for that. I'm down for that. But I'm starting to suspect that it's just not about that. And I can't help but shake that feeling. I don't know if you guys agree with that or if you feel the same way as I do, but I'm starting to believe that it's a little bit more to than just, development. But people obviously are disappointed by this, but they're also pretty understanding. Disgusting says, as long as it takes, we're here and we will enjoy. Don't mind the push. Super hype for this dose. Thank you for sharing this. Take your time, bringing a great product to the market. Just heard about your game because of this post that was completely off the radar. People are pretty understanding. Now, again, they've been releasing a ton of gameplay reveals. I don't know if you guys saw this one. They released the official gameplay reveal for Robo Betty, just one of the unique bosses you will encounter throughout Mouseburg. I never actually reacted to this with you guys, so we might as well, considering we're talking about this game. Let's check this out. Robo Betty.
Oh, nope, I don't want that. Not even one iota. Hell of a mess, Steve. Another one? Please tell me they didn't go for the rule of 3. Not that again. No exit, just prove a date. Yeah, I jinxed it, didn't I?
These bosses look like they're gonna be insane, man. I'm so fucking excited for this game. I really I will drop every game that I'm playing just to play this game when it releases. I'm not even kidding.
Dance with me. What? Steve, even for you, this is a bit much.
The hand-drawn animations are so good. And maybe, again, maybe that's why it's taking a lot longer than your standard game that may look like this, but who really knows? Well, obviously the release date is not March 19th anymore, so you can ignore that for the most part. So yeah, I would definitely follow them on X if you have X, and just kind of check out their gameplay videos and whatnot, because we're gonna have another 2 months or so before this game is gonna come out. So can't wait for it. Gotta play it. But if it's worth it, I hope it's worth it. We'll see. We shall see. What's this? Get to know the main cast of characters in Mouse PI for Hire as part of our next IGN first feature. What's this?
Been cooking up a little time jumpy gizmo. Helps with big leaps. I call it the Jumper Buffer 101.
This game's going to be so good. I really do have a feeling. All right, let's continue. So really quick, we got to call out Odin Dark with it too. Mouse PI is racking up more delays than Kingdom Hearts 3. That is so true. But Kingdom Hearts 3, to be fair, spanned many years. Okay, hopefully we don't get to that point. Zelosi with it too, worried that the hype could become damaging. There is definitely there's definitely a balance between too much hype and too little hype. There's definitely a balance. Even with a game like, for example, Half-Life 3, if that game were to ever exist, there's no way that game is ever going to live up to the hype. It's like impossible, right? Because there's so much time has passed and so much copium has been experienced by the internet and so much hype has been experienced by the internet. It's impossible. There's just no way that you're going to meet that level of hype. I don't think this game is quite at that point. I think this game is right at the sweet spot that they're pretty viral. Like pretty much everything they post gets, anywhere between 15 to, hundreds of thousands of views over on X. So there's a lot of people that are interested in their game. And if you go over to Steam, let's see where they stand in terms of wish lists and whatnot. So right now they're 209 in wish list activity, which is not that high. I mean, it's high, but it's not that high. And they're number 20 in top wish list. They have almost 60,000 followers following this game right now. And you can see the boost that they received over the last few months as they started releasing more and more gameplay trailers. So I think that in the next 2 months, they could probably get this number up, pretty high up there. But I guess, it just depends. We'll see. Torinol with a 5 says delays in production. What's the history of the people leading the project? Nobody's? Former scammers, a la Ashes of Creation? Other? Well, so if you look at the publisher is PlaySide, right? And PlaySide has published a few games before, but most of them are pretty small video games, like nothing too crazy. You could see it here listed. Age of Darkness, Kill Knight, Thrive, Heavy Lies the Crown, random, whatever, video games. But if you look at the developer Fumi Games, the only other game they ever released was Galaxy Taxi, which is another hand-drawn cartoony style video game, but it's something that didn't do anywhere near as popular, I guess you could say, as their Mouse PI for Hire game. So, this game is not even out yet. Wait, is this game coming? Wait, no, that's the last recorded record update. What the fuck? Is this game even out? Store info available. It's not even out yet. So it must have had some sort of a demo or some sort of free-to-play week or something. I don't know. I have no idea. So they're coming out with 2 games? Interesting. I did not know that. And they're co-developing this game with Gun Grounds. Interesting. I mean, the animation looks pretty cool. They definitely, this studio definitely nails art style. They know how to nail art style pretty damn well. This looks like a Cuphead kind of. I guarantee you this is a Cuphead style video game. That's kind of how it looks. Like a side-scrolling boss fighter. Yeah, you could. That's exactly what this is. You could tell. Look, it looks like a typical Cuphead boss style side-scrolling fighter. That would be pretty cool. I mean, listen, if Mouse PI for Hire ends up being something that's exceptional, I will definitely look forward to more of their video games. It's only a matter of time. So, were these the same guys who released Cuphead? I don't know. No, they didn't release Cuphead. No. They released another game. So, pretty cool. We'll see how that goes, but this one looks pretty cool too. Galaxy Taxi. I'm actually going to wishlist this because now I'm curious about it. We'll see. We'll follow up on it. All right. Thank you, Zelosi, again for the 2. Thank you, Torinol, for the 5. Appreciate you, brother. Let's where are we at? Let's get into, so we got the cope over. Let's go over Blue Point Studios. Okay. So check this out. So I saw this post from an account called Detective Seeds. And we actually went over this. We went over this person's account. They had made a post about Bluepoint the other day when the news came out that the Demon Souls remake studio was being closed down by Sony. And a lot of people had problems with that because it's like, why are you closing down another single player studio when you have all these live service fucking mega flops and you don't want to, like, what's the deal here? Like, why are you focusing on all these live service games and closing down single player studios that literally released a launch title for you on the PS5 that most people enjoyed, some people didn't enjoy, but regardless, it's like they did an okay job on it, especially with your restrictions. We all know Sony has very interesting requirements when it comes to remaking video games. We all know they want to change certain things and whatnot. Anyway, the point is, Detective Seeds has been reaching out to these people, and he actually managed to get a small little, I guess you want to call it an interview or something along those lines. He got a response from 2 employees that worked at Bluepoint Games regarding a couple of things that I think you guys might find interesting. So let's go over it. What's up, Daniel? How you doing, brother? Let's go over it. So on February 20th, he says he communicated with 2 employees via LinkedIn who were with Bluepoint Games. He says he reached out to LinkedIn via message to numerous employees to talk to him. One said not right now as they are technically still employed, and others did not respond. I talked to them separately in messages on the condition of anonymity. Each of these individuals had different roles within the studio and were in completely different departments. Prior to putting this info out, both confirmed they are no longer employed with the company. I am only sharing this info as there is no risk of job loss to the sources. If they were still employed, I would not be sharing this information. Okay, so let's see what we got going on. So both of them stated that the God of War live service game that they were working on was pitched actually by Bluepoint to PlayStation during their work on God of War Ragnarok as their next game. Everyone enjoyed the God of War universe, and the PlayStation wanted to do live service games. Bluepoint pitched this game, and it was actually approved. So the people that thought, myself included, that Sony was the one that wanted to have them do a live service game, apparently it was the other way around. Bluepoint is the one that reached out to Sony to see if they would give them the God of War IP to turn it into a live service game. It was actually approved. However, they missed several deadlines, and it became apparent how large of an undertaking this project was for Bluepoint. One of them said, project sounded good, but we really should have not been able to, not been doing a live service game. It was out of the norm for us and our bandwidth. Ultimately, the project was shuttered by PlayStation after being given multiple opportunities, and Bluepoint was tasked with pitching new projects in 2025. Both said there was an additional pressure turned up on deadlines on the heels of Concord being canceled. They said the scrutiny on live service games was intense. Both said that they thought having the live service game canceled was the right move so they could take on other projects more suitable for them. So they tried to get involved in live service video games. They got wrecked, and they decided to step out of it. I can at least, like, I can respect that. Instead of just continuing to do something that you clearly are not made for or you're not good at, they said, you know what? We're just not doing this right. And Sony shut it down. Fine. Whatever. I don't think anybody would have wanted a God of War live service video game anyway. Very few people probably would have wanted that. But both said that the studio was not currently working on any greenlit project at the time of closing down the studio, and they had not secured any greenlit project since God of War game was canceled. Both said any reports of them currently working on an approved project with funding are not accurate. There have been 4 projects pitched to PlayStation to their knowledge, and these projects were not greenlit. One of them said 2 of these projects were remakes that they wanted to take on, but PlayStation did not believe that they would be successful in the market. Oh, I wish I could know what those remakes were. I would love to know what remakes that PlayStation said no to. You know what I mean? Because I feel like PlayStation would say yes to almost any remake as long as they can milk it with little money invested. I feel like that would be fine, but I wonder what they said no to. Both were apparently single-player experiences. I did ask if I could have the names of the projects, but both said no. And the reason is that at least one of the pitch projects is now being worked on by another studio, and they do not want to be responsible for putting that info out there. I followed up on why they did not get greenlit, but someone else did, and they did not know. One stated that PlayStation did offer them job opportunities within SIE due to what they do. The other stated that they do not have any help in getting jobs within SIE. So one person says they're getting help finding work within the company, and the other person says they're not getting help finding work within the company. Who do you believe? I don't know. I don't know. One said the atmosphere had soured in their view after God of War project was canceled. It then got worse after the projects they were pitching kept being turned down. They said several had left the studio prior to closing, and they thought headcount was in the 50s at the time of closing, maybe in the 60s. One stated that they were fine with how the studio closing news was handled, but the other person said they were not happy with how things went down. I asked details, and they said that it was just the way it was communicated. Both said that there was more than what happened behind the scenes, but they were not directly involved in those conversations, and hope others will give their side once they are no longer at the studio. The consensus after several pitches were declined, in their opinion, was that they were not going to get a project greenlit, and it was a matter of time until they were closed. So they kind of saw the writing on the wall because they just weren't getting approved by Sony for anything. And to be honest with you, I kind of believe that. And the reason why is because Sony is so focused on live service games. Notice how they were all in at the idea of a God of War live service game. But the moment this single player studio said that they can't do it, right, that they at this point that they are well beyond their capability, and Sony had to shut down God of War live service, it's pretty obvious they were probably pissed about that, and they took it out on the studio by basically starving them out of jobs until eventually just closing them down, right? I asked about the other potential studio closings. One did not want to discuss studios they did not work at. The other stated they have friends at other studios, and there are a few studios that they believe will be closed or more staff reductions in the near future. One did give me the names of studios they thought were next, but asked me not to share this part out of respect of those other studios still operating, and I agreed. I am thankful they took the time to communicate with me and trust that I would not use their names. All research for this was done through LinkedIn. Make sure to follow me for news, blah, 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 blah. So, I mean, hey, listen, if this is true, again, if this is true, then it's an interesting look inside of the fall of Bluepoint. I will say that I'm shocked that they're the ones that pitched the live service God of War project. I feel like, why wouldn't you just be the ones to pitch, hey, let's do the God of War 1, 2, and 3 remakes, you know, like what's happening right now. Let's just do that instead. But, or maybe that is one of the ones that they pitched, right? But they apparently pitched a live service game in order to get money from Sony, I suppose, because Sony was handing out money left and right to live service games. And I guess they were kind of proven to be true because that was the only one that got greenlit. Every other project they said no to. So I guess they weren't wrong in that regard. But it's an interesting dilemma. And I'm curious as to what the other remake is. I wonder if the upcoming God of War remakes was one of the pitches, because now that's being worked on. Now we know officially that's being worked on. So I'm curious if that was it. But if not, I mean, who knows at this point? It could be anything. Sanguine says, what the fuck would a live service God of War even look like? Bro, I don't know. Okay? I don't know. We're talking about a company that will turn like anything into a live service game. Sincerely. They will turn literally anything into a live service game if they can. So I don't know what it would look like, but it's clear that they kind of thought that they knew what it was going to look like. I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, I guess you would end up like being a warrior in the God of War universe. I have no idea. And like, I don't know. Anyway, you could do boss battles, raids. Who knows? I have no idea. That trilogy remake is so cooked, censored as fuck. Oh, it's definitely going to get censored. There's no doubt about it. It's definitely going to get censored. I would be shocked if it was not censored, sincerely. All right, let's talk about Resident Evil and an ex-Capcom director. So, you know, people act strange on the internet for sure. But the developer that is behind Clovers, by the name of Hideki Kamiya, has commented on the leaks and has, with all seriousness, I don't think he's joking at all, he has said to the public that Resident Evil Requiem leakers apparently deserve 1,000 deaths, according to the ex-Capcom director. I'm sorry, I was trying not to laugh. Holy shit, that is totally normal. That I need a holy shit button. Hold on, wait. Here you go. Holy shit. You deserve 1,000 deaths for leaking Resident Evil. It's interesting. So, iconic Capcom, Platinum Games, and now Clover's developer Hideki Kamiya has commented on the leaks, which arose after the game's physical street date was broken by well over a week. If we look at what he said, he says the following. He shared his thoughts on the leaks and used the previous example to summarize his thoughts. Here's what he said according to Google Translate. Now, guys, it's Google Translate. So, you know, you got to be a little careful with that. But it's Google Translate, right? It's not like a direct translation. But Google Translate's usually pretty good. I remember back with the Bio 2, the late game plot twist got totally scooped by some photo weekly magazine, right? For your own selfish satisfaction, you're trampling all over the feelings of users who were looking forward to it, and the feelings of the creators who poured their all into making it. A detestable act that destroys everyone's happiness and deserves 1,000 deaths. May you be cursed to never play games again.
Holy shit.
Holy shit, guys. Wow, that's tell me you are. I mean, this profile picture definitely matches that attitude for sure. For sure. He's that's pretty hardcore, man. That's pretty hardcore. I could appreciate it. 1,000 deaths. That's pretty epic. He directed Resident Evil 2, the first Devil May Cry, and Bayonetta, and has attached his talents to many other projects. Needless to say, he's not someone you should want to disrespect. Rough. Google Translate is unhinged. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Who shitted his cereal? I don't know, but dude is clearly not happy. But in any case, you know, we talked about the Resident Evil. He worked on Bayonetta. Yeah, I know. It says it in the article. You know, we talked about the Resident Evil leaks the other day, and oh my God, I love it, bro. I love it. Anytime you talk about Resident Evil, the shills come out to play. Oh my God. I think the Resident Evil franchise has some of the best shills like in the market. I really do. I think they are top tier, high quality shills. Like, you're not going to get better shills than Pokemon. And then second best is probably Capcom Resident Evil. I feel like it's just the creme de la creme of shillery. Anyway, the point is, after releasing my video and not even discussing spoilers, I purposely avoided spoilers in my video. I had like 15 people unsubscribe from me from that video simply because I was talking about the potential spoilers, and they viewed it as me ruining the game for other people. And I'm like, what, bro? I literally said that I am not going to talk about spoilers. I avoided spoilers in every capacity whatsoever. How the fuck did I ruin your game for you? But anyway, I just think that people are highly emotional about this game, because just like they were highly emotional over The Last of Us 2. You know, like if you remember, Naughty Dog shills were losing their minds, their collective minds. They were losing it all at the thought of the Last of Us 2 leaks. When the Last of Us 2 leaks hit the market, it hit the market months before that game came out, and people were going crazy. The shills were like, nope, that's not happening. It's not real. None of this is real. You're lying. You're blah, 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 whatever, bro. The cope was through the fucking roof, man. I feel like this is something similar with this, where Resident Evil Requiem, the story, people just don't want to believe that the leaks are real. They don't want to believe that they're true. And so they're going into this basically trying to do anything to either dispel that, or they get angry over people talking about it. I don't know, man. Listen, I like Resident Evil a lot. I'm not going to say it's one of my favorite franchises, in general. I think it's up there. It's definitely up there. But it kind of fell off for me pretty big time, and I fell more in love with actual real horror games. Once Resident Evil stopped being about survival horror and became something totally different, that's when I kind of checked out of the franchise. But otherwise, like, yeah, of course, I love OG Resident Evils. You guys know I played Tormented Souls 1 and 2. Fucking love those games. Those games, if you want an experience that is a modern day RE Silent Hill experience with modern graphics, but keeping the gameplay the same with an upgraded control system that's kind of tank controls, but not really. If you want true survival horror, go play Tormented Souls right now. Don't even fucking listen to me. Don't even listen to me. Don't watch my stream. Go to Steam right now, or GOG, or wherever it's at, and go play Tormented Souls. If you want a true, real survival horror experience, sincerely, I am not lying to you. That, not sponsored. That is the game for that. That is the game for that. But yeah, man, people were going crazy over the fucking leaks in my comments, and I'm like, dude, really? And then they're unsubscribing. They're like, another YouTuber talking about the leaks for views and clout. I'm like, bro, what? What the fuck is wrong with you, bro? Like, what are you talking about, views and clout? Yeah, because I got so much views and I got so much clout uploading a fucking clip of my live stream where I didn't talk about spoilers. Yeah, it's like, you know what? Again, guys, I'm all for people unsubbing that are what we like to call fair weather subscribers, where they subscribe because they happen to see one thing they agreed with and they thought they were going to agree with everything. And the moment they disagreed with something, they were just like, oh, I'm going to unsub. Like, okay, it is what it is, bro. What do you want me to do? Cry about it? I'm not going to cry about it, my guy. Tormented Souls on PlayStation for $4.99. That is a steal. That is a steal. Tormented Souls 75% off. It's like $5. Is it $5 on Steam right now? Is it $5 on Steam right now? That's a fucking steal if that's the case. Let's see. Tormented Souls. I gotta go to Steam. I'm sorry, Steam. Let me see. Tormented Souls. Yep. Tormented Souls is $5 for the first game, $24 for the second game. And the second game is better than the first game in every sense of the word. But you cannot skip the first game. You have to play the first one to understand the story. So for $30, you're going to get 2 survival horror games that give you just an insane amount of value. Not to mention, I think they updated Tormented Souls 2 with New Game Plus mode and everything like that. They did a whole bunch of stuff. So definitely check those games out if you like real survival horror, like actual real survival horror. But anyway, that's it for Resident Evil and the ex-Capcom wishing death on everybody. They want a more toxic, positive Hypnocast. Yeah, I don't care. I don't give a fuck. Okay, let me X this out. Let's get to... Hold on, where are we at? Let's get to... What's next? Let's talk about this. Let's talk about the father of Xbox and his prediction is the word, I suppose. Yeah, prediction. Prediction over what the new CEO of Xbox is going to do to Xbox. So this person, Seamus Blackley, says that Microsoft's focus is on AI and all else would be subsumed into it, right? Now, if you guys remember yesterday's conversation talking about Xbox, you'll remember that I specifically said that the people that keep questioning the new CEO's, gamer cred and whether or not she has the experience to run Xbox gaming, I don't think you understand what experience they were looking for, right? People are saying she never worked in games before. Why was she hired? And I'm looking at you and saying she never worked in games before, and that's exactly why she was hired. She was hired because her experience is in AI, right? Her experience is in cloud-based products. That's exactly where they want to take Xbox, And we're going to cover the whole Sarah Bond thing because now they're throwing her under the bus. But they hired this woman for a reason. Well, I should say they placed her in that position for a reason. And it's because of her AI experience. So it seems as if the person, the father of Xbox, Seamus, kind of agrees with that sentiment, right? He says that he's predicting that following Phil Spencer's exit, the new CEO will be a palliative care doctor who slides Xbox gently into the night. So Phil Spencer's surprise retirement announcement last week, coupled with the equally unexpected resignation of Xbox President Sarah Bond and the elevation of former Instacart executive Asha Sharma to Microsoft Gaming CEO, left a lot of unanswered questions. Was Phil forced out? Why didn't Bond, his presumed successor, get the job? Who's this new boss who only joined Microsoft in 2024 and was previously all about AI? And of course, the big one, what does it all mean? Right? Well, according to this, he says, Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella has made an incredible number of bets and invested an incredible amount of money and credibility into AI, according to Blackley. Xbox, like a lot of businesses that aren't the core AI business, is getting sunsetted. They don't say that, but that's what's happening. I expect that the new CEO, Asha Sharma, her job is going to be a palliative care doctor who slides Xbox gently into the night, essentially killing the brand. So, as we are all aware, Sarah Bond is being thrown under the bus for essentially coming up with the ideas that killed the Xbox brand. And we're going to go over that in a couple of seconds. So, stay tuned for that. But she's being blamed for all of that. Meanwhile, it seems as if Asha Sharma is going to be continuing that, or at least that's the assumption. And I got to be honest with you, I 100% believe this. I really do. I think that she is here to see the job done. Does that make sense? I think she's here to ensure that the job gets done. And I think that somebody like Phil Spencer was probably getting in the way of that job getting done. He probably tried to slow it down as much as humanly possible for whatever his reasons may have been. But I think that they got rid of him and they got rid of Sarah Bond. They threw Sarah Bond under the bus. And now they are ensuring that Asha sees it through and is here to essentially kill the brand slowly, whatever's left of it. You know, like kill the brand off completely and turn Xbox into a streaming service. I wouldn't be surprised if she gets them out of the hardware race, although we all know that they're supposedly working on a next generation console. I don't know if that's true, but that's what they're supposedly working on. They're also supposedly working on an actual Xbox handheld, not an ROG Ally X, so there's also that. Full respect to Blackley for just laying it all out on the table. I like bold pronouncements, the wilder the better, but I'm obligated to say again that Blackley has no special insight into the matter. He left Microsoft in 2002 while he's remained active in the field of game development. He hasn't gone back to Microsoft. He currently holds the role of CEO of a tech startup, Pacific Light and Hologram. That said, it is not entirely unreasonable of a proposition, which I agree. He says, well, let me go here. Blackley said the consequence of focusing on AI is that AI abstracts every problem from the minds of the executives who believe in it. And that's what's happening here. There's a core belief, as you can see in what Satya said, that AI will subsume games like it will subsume everything. The job of all these people is just to gently usher all of these business units into the new world of AI. That's what you're seeing here. Whether or not you agree with it, whether you agree with AI having the potential to do that, whether AI will be successful is a separate matter. But that's what we're seeing here. So again, it's pretty clear that this is going to be, I think, the end of Xbox. And I know, like, there's, bro, the amount of shills out there that are just like going crazy trying to say, no, you're just a hater of Xbox. I don't know how I could be a hater of Xbox, bro. We don't even know what an Xbox is. How could I hate something that we don't even know what it is, bro? Apparently my PC is an Xbox. Do I hate my PC? No. So that doesn't make any fucking sense. But anyway, people are going and defending this shit because it's really for two reasons, right? Number one, it's because the obvious, right? So it's a woman, a brown woman on top of that, and they don't want to be caught dead thinking that something bad is going to happen by hiring this woman. So they're going to publicly post how happy and excited they are for her to be in charge, knowing that deep down they probably don't feel that way for a multitude of reasons. But that's one reason why they are not going to, not going to do that, because they don't want to be caught dead doing that. That's number one. Number two, and quite frankly, they need this for whatever reason. They need the console war. They need the success of Xbox as a console. I don't know. You got people that are console warring in 2026, and they need this to be true. Like, I've seen some of these accounts out there that are shilling for this new CEO, and they're literally tagging her and begging her to please make the games exclusive to Xbox again. You know what I'm saying? Like, they just want a console war. They just want to fight again. You know, so that's really the two reasons why I see this happening. Other than that, nobody's really defending any of this, right? He says it would have been shocking if they had somebody in there in a meaningful role who was passionate about games, passionate about the creative-driven business of games, because it would be a direct conflict with everything else Microsoft is doing. Microsoft is a company that now is enabling its customers by enabling AI to drive things. That's at odds with the auteur model of any art, but specifically of games. Well, that's why I said for the people who believe this bullshit statement, oh, we're not going to flood our ecosystem with soulless AI slop. Bro, I would almost guarantee she typed this into AI and she was like, make me a statement that gamers would agree with when it comes to being anti-AI without actually being anti-AI. And this is what it's shat out, right? It's shit out the fucking AI. Oh, we're not going to do AI slop. People took this statement as if they're not going to do AI in general, and that's not true in the slightest. That is not true at all. Xbox is absolutely going to do AI. You're insane if you think they're not going to do AI. They are 100% going to do AI. We are now in the gold rush of AI, and I say this all the time, and I'm going to keep saying it until it's proven to be true. We are in the gold rush of AI. What does that mean? That means that we are seeing all these companies fight to be the number one spot when it comes to AI technology and advancement. They are all fighting to be number one, right? Microsoft is investing in a godly amount of money. Sony's investing in an ungodly amount of money. They're all fighting to be number one. Not even just video games, but a lot of movie studios are too. Disney, like they're all doing it. And they'll come out and tell you, oh, AI slop sucks, whatever. Bro, they're investing so much money, it's not even funny. They want to be the ones who have the number one tech so that they can have the number one games. That's what they're believing is going to happen by having the number one AI tech. And all the smaller companies that go broke chasing this gold rush are going to be absorbed by the bigger companies. And before you know it, we're only going to have a couple of big companies left in the AAA gaming industry. So that's what's going to happen with all this nonsense. And this little shakeup that nobody saw coming over at Xbox is just the beginning of that particular mission being seen through. The AI wars are here. Yeah, exactly. The AI wars are here, bro. The AI wars are here and they're not going anywhere. So buckle up because it's going to get fucking wild. It is going to get insane. Let me catch up on supers. I don't know if I missed any. I don't think I did. Let me just check Rumble really quick. Rumble! Let me see. No, we're good. Okay, we're fully caught up. All right, let's continue. Let me X that one out. We had Assassin's Creed. Okay, so speaking of big companies going the way of the dodo bird, let's talk about Assassin's Creed, okay? So everybody knows Assassin's Creed is now 25% owned by Tencent, right? At least from a financial standpoint. I know Ubisoft owns the entire property from a, creative standpoint, but whatever, anyway. Apparently, there is new leadership that was just announced for Assassin's Creed. Now, I find this to be interesting because I thought that Vantage Studios were the ones that were, specifically behind it. But I guess what they're saying is that Vantage Studios has officially hired their executives, whoever it's going to be for that company, their executives for Assassin's Creed. So now we get to read off and see who is going to be involved in the upcoming Assassin's Creed games because Mark Alexis Cote, he's gone. Remember, Cote left and he's currently in a lawsuit with Ubisoft because he's saying, it's illegal firing. They fired me under false pretenses, whatever. So he's currently in a lawsuit with them. So he ain't never coming back. But now we're going to see what's going on here. So a new leadership team has been announced for the Assassin's Creed franchise, including a head of brand, a head of content, and a head of production excellence. So it's a lot of head. It is a lot of head. It's a lot. Hey, yo, what the fuck? It's a lot. Since the announcement of Ubisoft's restructuring and the future of Assassin's Creed franchise, fans have been waiting for more clarity on the way forward. We have recently discovered that 2 Far Cry games and several Assassin's Creed titles are currently in development. Now, I wonder how they supposedly are working on multiple Far Cry games and multiple Assassin's Creed titles all at the same time. Like, how big is Vantage Studios? Like, I don't think Vantage Studios is that big, unless we're talking about maybe mobile. Maybe one of them's mobile, one of them's console, one of them's whatever. Maybe they have the other mobile studio working on one title or something like that. It's definitely an interesting situation. But we have been informed about the leadership behind these projects. Announced through a new post on X, 3 seasoned leaders have been revealed to carry forward the Assassin's Creed franchise. They will be responsible for driving the Assassin's Creed brand, long-term vision, creative ambition, and continued growth. Martin Schelling will take on the role of the head of Assassin's Creed brand and will focus on the overall strategy and long-term vision of the brand. Schelling has a profound understanding of Assassin's Creed thanks to being a part of leadership in games like Revelations, Black Flag, Origins, and Valhalla. More recently, he served as Ubisoft's chief production officer. Then you have Gene Gueston, who will serve as head of content for the Assassin's Creed franchise and will be responsible for leading overall creative direction, supporting individual games and guiding the future. Gueston has been the creative director for both Origins and Black Flag. So that's two for Black Flag so far. Last but not least is Francois Debilly, who has been named as the head of production excellence in Assassin's Creed new leadership. Francois Debilly will be responsible for strengthening production practices and execution across the brand. He was previously the production director on Valhalla and Origins. The trio will be joining the rest of the Assassin's Creed leadership team in the coming weeks, including Andre Boisvert, producer for Assassin's Creed cross-brand initiatives and head of technological excellence, and Lionel Hiller, VP brand and go-to market strategy. So, at this point, I'll say this. At least it looks like they're putting people in charge who have the experience from previous Assassin's Creed games, but a lot of them are from previous Assassin's Creed games that have issues that a lot of people complained about. Especially Valhalla. I liked Valhalla. I liked the setting in Valhalla. But my God, did I not like the forced mobile bullshit that you had to do in the game. Otherwise, your progress was slowed down and artificially halted, which made it so gay, bro. Like the fact that you had to artificially halt my progress in order to try to make me want to pay to progress faster. This is not a mobile fucking game, bro. This is a console PC video game. What the fuck is wrong with you? But anyway, aside from that, at least they are having some people that are experienced with Assassin's Creed. Whether or not that leads to a good or bad thing, we're obviously going to have to wait and find out. But, at this point, I'm sure it's better than what Xbox is dealing with right now with having someone in charge who's never done anything gaming related, so we'll see how that goes. That was so annoying, man. The Valhalla situation was so annoying. I'm not even going to go down that memory lane. It was very annoying. All right. Next up is going to be, before we talk about the big article regarding the shakeup of, Xbox leadership and whatnot, I want to talk about Marathon. Let's talk about Marathon. Let me X out this. All right, let's do it. Let's have some fun. All right, guys. So we are going to go over the new 6 to 7 minute gameplay footage of Marathon, the upcoming extraction shooter from the creators of Destiny, good old Bungie, right? So Bungie's making Marathon, and we've all had our thoughts about Marathon, whether it has to do with the art style, whether it has to do with the gameplay, whether it has to do with the characters. We've all had our thoughts about Marathon. Well, now they're releasing more and more and more gameplay, especially over on X. And this is a brand new one that I have not seen yet. So I'm curious to see what the game looks like. Now, I have seen some people fighting like crazy over Marathon over on X, where they're saying that the weapons look like 3D printed trash. I got to be honest with you, I kind of agree. I've seen some people say, no, the weapons look realistic. I don't know what world they look realistic to you in, maybe in Minecraft, but in terms of the real life, not so much. But in any case, we're going to check it out. We're going to see what the gameplay looks like. I know they're trying to advertise it as more serious. I know they're trying to showcase it as a more serious-oriented extraction shooter. They're not going for the colorful, lighthearted trailers that they were doing before. I mean, their new trailers damn near look like horror games with the amount of static that plays, the super serious tones and whatnot. So we're going to check this out and see what's going on. Let's play this. It's 6.5 minutes, and I'll stop it here and there if I notice anything interesting. Here we go.
10 minutes remain until force signal recall.
This might be interesting.
Time to move.
Check this out. That break in the face.
So I'll say this about the game. I'll say this, right? This is going to get ate up by Bungie fanboys. Okay? This is going to get ate the fuck up by Bungie fanboys. They are going to look at this and they're going to be like, oh my God, it has everything I want. It has the robotic sound effects. It has all the weird cyberpunk style that's not really cyberpunk. It's like neon something. This is going to get ate up by the Bungie fanboys. The question is whether or not it's going to be enough. And the gameplay, honestly, looks boring. I'm sorry. Like, maybe it's me, but I feel like the FPS gameplay for this looks a little bit generic. It also kind of seems, I don't know. It doesn't seem slow. I'll say that. It definitely is seemingly fast paced. I think the one thing that was really cool was the grappling hook. Kind of like the grappling hook, right? Grappling hook's kind of cool. But other than that, I mean, it just literally looks like everything else they've ever put out, aside from the weird art style. You know? I feel like with this game, you're going to run into people that are going to treat this with zero strategy. They're going to treat this like they're playing Call of Duty. That's what the Bungie fanboys are going to do. They're going to treat this as if they're in a PvP arena with Destiny, where it's like team deathmatch or something like that. They're going to do zero strategy. Like I can almost guarantee the player base that's going to play this game is going to go all for kills, no strategy whatsoever, unless you're in a pre-group. And then that's basically it. I personally, bro, I cannot stand the style. I can't. I'm sorry. I know like the marathon shills, they are out there in full force. And we're going to go over that too, by the way. The bot accounts are crazy. Oh my God. But to be fair, they're crazy for a lot of these new releases. But I cannot with the style of this game. It just looks so fucking ugly to me. It just looks ugly to me. I can't. I look at this shit. I feel like I'm looking at a neon coloring book. And I mean, there's a time and place for these kind of, styles, graphics, whatever. But I just can't. Personally, I just can't. It just looks so stupid to me. I can't imagine taking pride in my character looking this stupid. Now, don't get me wrong. I love playing stupid looking characters sometimes. But goddamn, bro, like I don't want to be running around killing people that look retarded, But anyway, it's fine. Let's see what else it got, because I'm trying to genuinely give it a chance here. And the art is just not. This is not for me. Also, time to kill seems really fast. Really, really fast. Now, maybe that's because they were using a shotgun, probably. Most likely, right? So the shotgun was really quick. I think it was like 2 shots. They were dead. I don't know if they had shields or no shields or something like that. It sounded like they had shields because it sounded like something broke. But, whatever. Anyway. Keep in mind, this is an extraction shooter, right? So the gameplay we're seeing right now seems very similar to like Destiny Team Deathmatch. I'm not really seeing the extraction part of it. But I guess, I don't know if they show it, but we'll see.
This your thing?
I'm not gonna lie, bro. Like, I know Arc Raiders doesn't have that great of an inventory system. It's pretty chaotic. This shit just looks like a bunch of fucking Lego colors to me, bro. Like, this looks literally all over the place. I almost feel like they just copied Arc Raiders' inventory system almost one for one. And they were like, yep, this is what we're going to do. And they just made it their own style with, the cyberpunk, whatever style. I don't even know if I want to call it cyberpunk. But anyway, it's like, the neon cyber grunge style thing. I have no idea.
How about this? Watch it.
Reloading.
I'm done.
Yeah, that was cool. I like that. This literally looks like bro, this looks like every fucking FPS that Bungie has ever put out, just with neon colors now. I'm not even kidding, bro. It really does. Like, I'm not trying to be a dick. It looks and plays like every single fucking FPS Bungie's ever put out. Which I know some people are gonna say, well, if it's not broken, don't fix it. Yeah, sure, I guess. But I don't think an art style is going to be enough to distinguish you from other games that are just doing it better right now. Arc Raiders is popular for a reason. It's popular because of the psychology of the players behind it, the way they handle, meeting each other and whatnot. This just seems like team deathmatch on a really large map. That's how it seems, And like the environment looks so boring. The cool thing about Arc Raiders? The cool thing about Arc Raiders is that the environments look so cool. That's the one thing. I remember taking so many screenshots in Arc Raiders when I was playing the game, and I was posting them on my Steam because I was like, bro, this environment looks amazing. It looks like amazing. All these different locations. You got verticality. You got all these massive fucking ruins in the mountains and shit. It was actually really interesting to explore the world and find things in Arc Raiders. Whether it's out in the open or whether you're in some ruins or whether you're like whatever. It was really interesting. But this shit just looks like a team deathmatch map that is bigger for an extraction shooter. It's kind of what it is, That shotgun's really strong.
Force recall in Palworld.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I am wholly uninterested right now. The drone is kind of cool. But why are you flying so far away from... Yeah, why are you flying so far away from the extraction? If you had an enemy team coming to get you, wouldn't they be closer to the extraction? Why the fuck are you flying so far away? You should be looking at the area around the extraction point. That was it. That was wow. That was one entire round, or like part of a round. Yeah, yeah. I mean, again, like I saw when he pulled up the map. Where did he pull up the map? Let me see if I can find it. I saw when he pulled up the map. The map looked decently sizable, but it looked wholly uninteresting. Yeah, look at this. So I feel like, bro, the map looks better on the map than it actually does when you're playing. Arc Raiders was so much nicer in terms of their environments. I hope for this game's sake they have something better to show off. I really do. Because if this is it, or if this is like one of their best, I don't know, bro. I think that's not good. That's not good. And considering that I'm looking at this map, it looks about the same size as an Arc Raiders map, so that's good. You know, at least it's not like a super small map or whatever. But the problem is that, I mean, they barely saw any players. I think they killed like one round of players, and then that was it, and everything else was NPCs. So I don't know, man. I hope that the real game is a little bit more fast paced than this. But I do think that Bungie fanboys are going to eat this up. They're gonna recognize immediately the gun gameplay, because there's nothing different between this game's gun gameplay and anything like Destiny related or Bungie created before. Like, there's nothing different. This game plays exactly from an FPS perspective how you would expect a Bungie game to play. So Bungie fanboys, they're going to boot this game up. They're going to be like, oh my God, yes. This is a new version of the same thing I've been playing. Yes, I want this. I need this. You know? So I think the initial reception is going to be strong from the Bungie fans. And then it's all about the retention. Because as we have seen, Destiny is struggling with retention, so I can only imagine what an extraction shooter would struggle with. We'll see how that goes, but I think the Bungie fans will definitely eat this up, and good for them. Hey, listen, if this is what they like, that's what they like. It is what it is. I don't have to like it for them to like it, but this shit looked boring as hell to me. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. Arc Raiders look so much more interesting than this shit, at least from an environmental perspective. Not to mention that with Arc Raiders, it's third person. So you can actually see your character. You know, you're interested in how the character looks. I don't know. And then you have the entire like psychological aspect to it. I don't know, man. Maybe it's me. It's us old heads. We are not liking what Bungie did. Oh, maybe. I was wholly unimpressed. I thought this was going to be a lot more interesting than what it actually ended up being. And these fucking environments, bro, are pissing me off. Please tell me there's something more than just this. I mean, look at this bro.
Holy shit.
Bro. What am I even looking at, bro? Does she have robotic legs? She has robotic legs. She's like a Lego. The fuck am I looking? This is nightmare fuel. This shit hurts my... Imagine playing this and seeing this with your own eyes in all its fucking glory. That's crazy, man. Yeah, I don't know. This is the only time I saw them fight a player. I think, anyway. I'm pretty sure this was a player. Yeah, this was a player. Fucking wrecked with a shotgun. Not even close. Are they adding proximity chat to this game? Didn't they say they were actually going to add proximity chat? Has that been confirmed? That's been confirmed, right? That they're adding they initially said they weren't going to, but then because the Arc Raiders was so successful, they're like, on second thought, we'll add proximity chat, guys, please. We want to be involved in YouTube clips also. We want to be involved in clips. We want people to make clips of our game. Oh, man, dude. This shit looks boring as fuck. But hey, I'm happy for the people that are going to enjoy it, man. Enjoy it. I know New Blackstreet's going to be playing this shit. Have fun, guys. I'm sure Atreus is going to like this way more than he'd like the crafting game. This seems more up their alley. We got Captain Killer Guns with a 5 as an OG Destiny 1 and 2 fan. Marathon upsets me royally. They could have done a shared universe and brought in established fans to help elevate it. Shaking my head. Yeah, I think they just didn't want to. They didn't want to separate the Destiny fans. They didn't want people to choose between an extraction shooter based in the Destiny universe and then Destiny itself. Destiny is already losing players as it is. They don't want to. They don't want to lose more. They want to add more to their overall games. Demon Carol with a 5 says, "You kids like doing acid and staring at strobe lights? Boy, do I have the game for you." True. This shit is crazy. Zevin Cross with a $20 banger shot to Zevin. Here we go! Mucha lucha! Mucha lucha! It's the way of life! Mucha lucha! He says, personally, I love whole bright neon light cyberpunk style, but people are starting to use it a bit too much. I think people are using that style just to use it, even if it doesn't fit the game. See, the thing is that this doesn't really remind me of cyberpunk, though. And I know it's supposed to, but I just am not getting that vibe from this game. What I'm getting from this game is like Neon Mirror's Edge. That's what I'm getting from this game. Does that make sense? Like a Neon Mirror's Edge. Imagine Mirror's Edge, but with neon fucking lights and like weird looking people. That's kind of what I'm getting from this. It even feels and looks like Mirror's Edge a little bit. Where like the buildings look super smooth. Almost as if they're not even made with concrete. They just look like they're made with some smooth something. I don't know. It's Lego Punk. This is Neon Goth. What the fuck is Neon Goth? This game is not for epileptic. Yeah, no, I would not play this if you have that. Kind of like the Neon Jaguar ad. Bro, the Neon Jaguar ad was gay. That's all I'm going to say. Zevin Cross, thank you for the 20, my brother. I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. Jay Viper for 19 months of legendary status. How dare you not like Marathon? Best game I've never played. The NPCs just stand there and let me kill them. I'm a god. Peak gameplay. Yeah, I heard that the AI has some problems and they don't really want to admit that. I know a lot of the shills, they're like, no, the AI is amazing. It's fantastic. When in all actuality, like it's actually not that great. So, yeah, not surprised. But thank you, Jay Viper, for 19 months. Appreciate that, bro. Okay, let me check Rumble. We got anything really quick? Let's see. We got Torino with a 2. Putting a sleeping brand on your game for marketing reasons does no favors to the brand or your game. Reeks of laziness. Wouldn't surprise me if they do other lazy things making the game. Yeah, I mean, again, I think looking at the gameplay, it really does look ultra simple, a little bit too simple. And I know, like with first-person shooters, the complexity is in the people that you're playing against, right? So, like, the complexity may not be in the gameplay necessarily, but it's in the people you face and how you handle situations. But goddamn, bro, aside from like the hook, this shit was super generic Destiny, Bungie, FPS gameplay. And I know Bungie fans are going to be like, well, that's exactly what we want. And that's great. But shit, I really was hoping for something a little bit better than that. But that's just not what I got. At least, whatever. That's for me anyway. Didn't they get busted stealing art for this game? Yeah, they stole a lot of art for the game. And then they ended up paying off the person and having the person make a statement that everything was good and all is well so that they can start advertising this game because they didn't want to advertise the game so long as that situation was not solved. But it got solved behind closed doors. They basically got paid off, which is fine. We're, good for them. Get the money. I hope they got a lot of money. So we'll see. All right. Let's take this off now. And let's get into the conversation about Xbox. Let's get into the conversation about Xbox. All right. Where are we at? We're caught up? Yes, we're caught up. Okay, here we go. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So we are now going to talk about Sarah Bond being thrown under the bus. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, the now former president of Xbox Gaming is being thrown under the bus in a recent article from The Verge that is detailing some very interesting information. And some people are thinking that this is complete BS because she's basically being the fall woman for a lot of the decisions that were made over at Xbox. But it's pretty crazy. According to some new intel regarding The Verge, it says that Xbox Anywhere, remember that amazing advertisement that totally didn't kill the identity and the brand of Xbox? Well, apparently that was all Sarah Bond's plan. This is an Xbox ad. Remember that one where your toaster was an Xbox, your mom was an Xbox, and your PC was an Xbox, and your toaster was an Xbox? Well, apparently that was her idea, and that offended many people internally over at Xbox. The writing was on the wall for Sarah and Phil Spencer to be leaving, and people internally are relieved that Sarah Bond is actually gone. So we actually have the article here from The Verge. We're going to bring it up right now so that we can read this together and go over this supposed expose regarding Sarah Bond and her leadership over at Xbox and how she has essentially become the fall woman for this brand new CEO that we're looking at right now. So again, Xbox fans have been anticipating the retirement of Microsoft Gaming CEO Phil Spencer for years. But what most haven't expected was the departure of Xbox President Sarah Bond as well at the same exact time. Now, I discussed this in my last video. There's a lot of conspiracies regarding this. I'm sure people have their thoughts. Whatever it may be, it doesn't matter. She's gone. He's gone. They're both gone at the same time, and it's super sus. For many outside the company, Bond seemed like Spencer's natural successor, a deputy of sorts. And yes, that's what she seemed to be getting made for. Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella and Microsoft CFO Amy Hood clearly did not agree. Instead of picking Bond for the role, Microsoft promoted Asha Sharma, a former Microsoft AI executive, to the top of Xbox. The decision to overlook Bond might have surprised many Xbox fans, but for more than a dozen current and former Microsoft employees I've been speaking to, it felt inevitable in recent months. Now, listen, you can be a fan of Xbox, that's perfectly fine, but it's pretty clear through a lot of different metrics that Xbox was on a rapid decline. And it all kind of started a few years ago when they abandoned their brand and went to the whole Xbox is everything. Like, you can't build a brand based off that kind of marketing. It's just not going to happen. If somebody's PC is an Xbox and they can play Xbox games on it, they don't need an Xbox then. If somebody's laptop is an Xbox, well, then they don't need an Xbox, right? That branding is what really started the downfall of Xbox. And on top of that, too, the over-focusing of Game Pass to no avail, by the way. I know that sometimes they say Game Pass is profitable. Sometimes they say it's not profitable. It depends on, their quarterly earnings report or whatever. But ultimately, Xbox put everything into Game Pass and still is losing to PlayStation. PlayStation Plus has way more subscribers to it than Xbox Game Pass has. It's not even close, and they're not giving everything to PlayStation Plus. They don't do day one video games. They usually time their releases on PS Plus. They don't give it all over there, and yet somehow they have more subscribers. But that's because they have more players. They have a bigger player base, a bigger community. They have, obviously, you need it for online play, so that naturally is going to get people to subscribe. It just kind of goes all hand in hand. Now, Phil Spencer, Microsoft's long-term Xbox chief, made the decision to resign from Microsoft last year after a tough few years for Xbox. The giant Activision Blizzard acquisition had dragged on for far longer than Microsoft had anticipated. Well, that's because the government, got involved, as they should have, but unfortunately they let it go. And the need to grow the business saw Microsoft walk away from Xbox exclusive games in favor of a multi-platform strategy. Microsoft has also been trying to reinvent the Xbox brand beyond the console with mixed results. Yeah, you're not going to be able to do that. You're just not. You can't, if your brand is selling a console specifically for that brand, why are you abandoning the console? You're not going to build your brand if you abandon the console. The console should have something first or something important to it to make people want to pick up the console versus just abandoning it altogether, right? So Spencer's decision led to months of careful successor planning. It was announced to the world on Friday, but it was supposed to be today. Microsoft was forced to announce it early because it started to leak, and IGN was planning to run a story, according to sources familiar with the situation. So IGN was going to let it all out. They were going to announce that Sarah Bond was out, and they were going to announce that Asha Shah was becoming the new CEO. So Microsoft beat them to the punch because they didn't want the journalists to get the first story. That kicked off an entire day of chaos, where teams inside Xbox were hearing the news first through reporters and news outlets, instead of via internal memos. The team running Sarah Bond's social media accounts were so unprepared that a LinkedIn post inviting people to provide feedback about Xbox accessibility features went live just before her departure was announced. It sat there for hours until Bond's team eventually posted her own memo. So again, none of this was planned. It's pretty obvious that this was all a panic response. And I find it interesting that it was a panic response to a story being ran by IGN, but I'm also not surprised in the slightest. So Microsoft executives shared 4 memos with Xbox teams on Friday. but only Phil Spencer mentioned Bond. Satya, Microsoft's gaming EVP Matt Booty, and new Microsoft gaming CEO Asha Sharma all had kind words for Spencer, but nobody mentioned Bond, which, again, that is interesting considering how important Bond was to the overall image of Xbox, right? You got a black female that is in the, in the main role, right? The president, she's the president of Xbox Gaming. That is a big role. She's not CEO, but she's president of Xbox Gaming. That's huge. And for their image, it was very important. So for them to not even mention her once, I find to be extremely suspicious. But anyway, some Xbox employees that this journalist had been speaking to saw the writing on the wall for Bond last year. She was promoted to Xbox president in October 2023, just days after Microsoft finalized its $68.7 billion deal to acquire Activision Blizzard. Bond had been crucial in getting the deal over the line with regulators and slowly started to become the face of Xbox as Spencer took on the complicated duties of integrating a huge new business into Microsoft Gaming. I really just, I genuinely believe that Phil Spencer was completely out of this, right? I feel like he was the face, I suppose, of Xbox in a way, even though they say Sarah Bond was the face. I don't think she really was. I think Phil Spencer was the face, and I think Satya was already doing things behind closed doors that Phil Spencer probably didn't agree with. But at the end of the day, that Satya's the fucking boss of Microsoft. You're not really going to be able to say much about that. So anyway, 6 months after Bond's promotion, Xbox executive Kareem Chowdhury, who reported directly to Bond, departed Microsoft and triggered another shakeup of teams inside of Xbox. Chowdhury was key to Xbox's backward compatibility support and helped bring Xbox Cloud Gaming to life as xCloud in 2019. And just weeks after he departed, former Xbox Chief Marketing Officer Jarrett West also left Microsoft in June of 2024. That meant the Xbox marketing team was now reporting directly to Sarah Bond. A month later, Microsoft delivered a marketing campaign that signaled people didn't need to buy an Xbox console anymore. The message was that you don't need an Xbox to play Xbox because games were available through Xbox Cloud Gaming on TVs. That right there was the biggest problem by far in modern Xbox marketing. Okay, I honestly still remember what I thought when I first saw that ad. When I saw the whole, you don't need an Xbox, your Xbox, is everywhere. But when I saw that ad, dude, when I tell you my jaw dropped and I was like, there's no way, bro. I immediately thought in my mind, that's it. The console wars are over. Even though they've been dying for a long time, I was like, that's it. It's over. It's done. Pack your bags up. This shit is over. And then shortly after that, they ended up releasing Halo on PlayStation, and it was definitely over at that point. But still, they completely killed their brand in every way imaginable with this ad. Now, this was all part of the Xbox Everywhere strategy that Bond had been supposedly pursuing, which was a vision to move the Xbox brand beyond its roots in console hardware. Months later, the This Is an Xbox campaign launched with commercials that position a phone or a tablet as an Xbox instead of just a console. It was a confusing campaign, and I'm told it offended many Xbox employees internally. Well, yeah, of course, because if the president of your company is trying to convince the customers that you rely on that they don't have to buy your product in order to use your product, that's a big what the fuck moment. That's like, wait, what are we doing? Why is this happening? Right? So This Is an Xbox also debuted months after Bond appeared on stage at the Bloomberg Technology Summit and announced an Xbox mobile gaming store that was supposed to launch in July of 2024. I remember that summit, by the way, and I remember her explaining her decisions as to the thought process behind This Is an Xbox, and I completely checked out. Mentally, I was like, I don't know who put this woman up here to answer these questions without any kind of PR training, but you can clearly see there was a lack of training here because all her answers were vague and stupid. Every single one of them were vague and stupid. She didn't answer a single thing. She just sat there, smiled, and just ran in circles as much as she could. It still doesn't exist almost 2 years later, so this didn't even come to fruition, by the way. Although attempts to redefine Xbox were clearly tied to the mobile store efforts, Microsoft still went ahead with This Is an Xbox even after the store was delayed. And then the pivot away from console led by Bond under Spencer's direction, so he's not, by the way, he's not absolved of any problems here, hasn't gone well for Xbox. Microsoft's Xbox hardware revenue has declined for 3 financial years in a row. And it looks like those declining revenues are going to continue throughout fiscal 2026. Now, keep in mind, Xbox is the worst selling console in the world compared to all the other consoles. And if you go to Japan, they don't even want to look at an Xbox. If you look at the Xbox sales, they're abysmal. I think they've sold like a couple of 100,000 in its entirety. In its entirety, while PlayStation is in the millions already, Xbox is barely cracking the 100,000s. It's crazy, man. Most of the current and former Xbox employees that they've spoken to in recent days are relieved that Bond is leaving Microsoft. I've heard from multiple sources that Bond has been tough to work with and built a team structure that meant if you didn't follow the vision or question it, you were out. Oh, wow. Is that shocking to anybody? Is it shocking to anybody that Sarah Bond, somebody who this happens with a lot of female managers. I'm sorry. It's just true. Although some males, do it too. But man, do I see this happen with a lot of women managers. They get power, and that is it, bro. You are either with it or you are out. That is it. You are either telling them that they're always doing good or you're getting the fuck out. That's basically it. Most have praised her ability to strike partnerships with companies and developers, though. Well, that's good. At least she is good at negotiating. In 2024, Bond had staked her career reputation on the idea of Xbox being everywhere across multiple platforms and devices. Well, I guess that's done now. This also involved carefully managing her image both internally and externally, making her appear to be a gamer like Phil Spencer. In reality, she wasn't. Of course she wasn't. Of course she wasn't, bro. Like, again, the people that look at these executives and they're like, show me your gamer cred, you're wasting your time. 95+% of these major studio executives don't play video games. They don't fucking care about video games. And the last thing they care about is giving gamers what they want. They only want to make more money. That's all they want to do. And their entire job is to ensure that the company makes as much money as humanly possible. That is the only reason that they exist. Otherwise, they don't care. Video games are just a means to an end. That's all it is. So he says, I understand that Bond's strategy has been failing internally and been questioned multiple times. Bond has tried to push mobile and cloud over console to reach potentially millions more Xbox customers, but the result has been a classic case of chasing tomorrow's customers by neglecting today's. And that has happened so much in the last 5 to 10 years in the gaming industry, where they're so busy trying to find this modern audience. They're so busy trying to discover these new customers that they take the franchises that are very successful and they completely abandon the people who made them successful in the first place to chase this mythical modern audience. And then once they find out that the modern audience doesn't exist or it's a lot smaller than they thought it was, well, it's too late. You already invested all this money. The game is dead. The console's dead. Your brand is dead. What are we doing now at this point? It's too late. So I don't know, man. I think that this situation just proves that everything we've been saying about the gaming industry and how they're treating not just video games, but hardware that's been around forever, the way they're treating these brands, it's so bad. It is really bad. And they're being utilized by people that fundamentally misunderstand them, or they're hoping they can utilize them to further their goal, whatever that may be. And I think that Asha Shah is going to go down that same road. I think that the new CEO, they're trying to do the same thing that they did with Sarah Bond. They're trying to convince you she's a gamer. She ain't a fucking gamer, bro. She doesn't play video games. She paid an intern for the last month to go play the games on her account to get as many achievements as possible before they announced she was CEO. That's basically it. She's not a gamer, bro, and she never will be. All she is an AI executive who is good at making money, and she is going to look at this and try to figure out a way to salvage it to make as much money as possible. And I know a lot of people are going to say, well, if they want to make money, give the gamers what they want. You don't understand. They're trying to make money the way they want to make money, not the way that most people with a brain would make money. They're trying to figure out how they can make money with minimal investment and minimal effort on their end and maximum gain from you on our end. So we'll see how this ends up going. But the fact that they're throwing Sarah Bond under the bus, I honestly feel is a little bit sus to me, especially since it's pretty sus that she retired or she quit at the same time that Phil Spencer supposedly retired. All of this feels forced. All of this feels planned. And it's very clear they said, get the fuck out, both of you. Because if Sarah Bond was the right-hand woman to Phil Spencer, they probably thought that she was basically too co-opted, that there's no way they can change her mind in how to run the place because she was under the wing of Phil Spencer. So if they wanted to get rid of Spencer, they're going to get rid of her as well. That's just what it's going to be. So anyway, you guys let me know in the comments what you think about this whole situation. Don't forget to comment. Otherwise, your view doesn't count. And all that good stuff, and like the video. Otherwise, I get sad. And I don't like being sad. David A. Vest with a 2 says, only way Xbox wins, tons of exclusive chud games. Honestly, bro, I think we're past that. I really do. I think there is so much damage to the brand that they're going to have to figure out a way to focus on making the brand special again before they focus on any kind of, gameplay or whatever, or games. Like, I think they have to focus on the brand. They really do. They really do. Otherwise, it's going to be a problem. And then we got a Darius Helton with a 5. The only money they care about is the investor. That's it. That makes them happy. True. The more, I'll say this, the more the investors are invested, the better it is for the executives, because their pay plans are inherently tied to investor satisfaction, more so than gamer satisfaction. So if the investors are happy and they're continuing to invest and the stock is going up, then their money is tied to that. Some of it anyway. Because a lot of these CEOs, you got to remember, these CEOs, they don't, they have high salaries, but a lot of their actual money comes from bonuses. So keep that in mind. We got Rumble Torinol with a 2. Are her AstroTurf credentials a problem for the investors to raise? No, because the investors are fucking retarded and they don't even realize that she's being AstroTurfed. They don't realize this stuff. Like, investors, they just invest because they're told to invest in Microsoft. That it's, they're chasing good stock. That's basically it. Karnak Ketchel with a 5. Hey, Hypnotic, I got an indie game for you. Suren Gama. It's on Steam and plays like DMC Stellar Blade with a hot babe main character demo available. Got to check that out, man. Suren Gama. Thank you for telling me. I appreciate that. Xavier with a membership. Gifted over on Rumble. Thank you, Xavier. I appreciate that, dude. Holding it down over there. Let me go over gifted games really quick. We did get some gifted games. So let me check that really fast. I think I heard the notification. I'm pretty sure. And guys, don't forget, tonight we are playing some more Neo. So we're going to raid over into that stream. The stream is already live. We got Azermain. Says, fantastic beat 'em up. Feels good to kick ass. Also a reminder to watch the Morbid Metal trailers. Guy wants me to watch this trailer so bad. Thank you. Thank you for Midnight Fight Express. A former member of the criminal underworld is lured back into the life by a mysterious drone claiming they have until sunrise to prevent a citywide criminal takeover. Oh, shit. That sounds cool. This is the beat 'em up, like a side scroller beat 'em up. I got to check that out. Thank you for that. I'm sure you've seen the movie and was a corny horror classic. Here's the game from Angmar. Killer Clowns from Outer Space has a game? I didn't know that. Bro, that's crazy. Say what? That's fucking awesome. Wait. That's so sick. That is so sick. Killer Clowns from Outer Space, the game. That is a classic, bro. Holy shit. Came across this game, to be honest, can't remember when. Oh, anyways, it looks cool. One try. This looks like such an AI-generated thumbnail. Azermain says, actually, it's top-down, not a side-scroller. That's fine, even better. The world we once knew no longer exists. The infected are everywhere. Will you be able to keep your sanity? Among hidden clues and scarce resources, you must find a way to escape. Fight for your survival. Thank you. I appreciate that, man. I will definitely check this out. I've never heard of this one. One try? Never heard of this. Never heard of this one. I appreciate it. All right, guys, listen, that's the 3 gifted games. We're not at tier 1 quite yet. So what I'm going to do is, if you are not going to hang out with us on the for the Waifu Battle, here is the link for the gaming stream where we're going to be playing Neo. We're going to raid ourselves over there after the Waifu Battle. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us tonight. We hit almost like 550 on YouTube. Yesterday, we hit 600. We're pulling almost 600 again, live concurrent numbers. That's pretty crazy, man. I appreciate that, guys. That's legendary. That's not even including Rumble. Rumble's holding it down over there as well, man. Thank you guys so much, regardless of where you're watching. I appreciate it, and I hope you're having a great time watching the streams and hanging out with us every day. Join us tomorrow, 9 p.m., same time. You already know how it goes, 9 p.m. Eastern, same time. It's going to be a good time as always. All right, boys, we're going to do the Waifu Battle now. So let's do that, have some fun, and then we're going to close out the stream and go play some video games. That's what we're going to do. All right, boys, let's go. All right, boys. The Waifu Battle is here. Now, if you guys missed the last Waifu Battle, we had a little bit of an upset. There was a little bit of an upset. Felicia ended up getting felted, and we do have a brand new champion, and it is none other than Cortana, ladies and gentlemen. The anime version. The anime version. So that's pretty cool. That was definitely different. And now with a new champion, let's see if she could do more than just a one-hit wonder. Rigged? It's not rigged. It's not rigged. All right, boys, let's go with the rules before we bring out the challenger. Rule number 1. All super chats during the waifu battle can and will count towards a particular waifu. But the only way they're going to count is if you put the name of the waifu in the super chat first. You got to put the name first. If you do not put the name of the waifu in the super chat first, and it will not count, it does not matter how big they are. If you super chat after the fact that you put the name of the waifu you forgot to put the first time first, and I will make it count. Rule number 2. You can vote for any waifu regardless of who's on the screen. It does not matter. You can vote for the champion, who is Cortana, or you can vote for the challenger, who you're about to find out. It doesn't matter who's on screen at the time. Last but not least, after the second waifu comes off screen, I'm going to do a 30-second countdown. After that 30-second countdown, no more super chats are going to count. It doesn't matter how big they are. The last super chat that shows up on my screen will be the one that counts. So please, if you are going to vote, vote early and vote hard, ladies and gentlemen. Do we understand the rules? Bounty was like, fucking clankers. That's funny. All right, guys, it is time to bring out a really fun challenger. Somebody that I thoroughly enjoy bringing into the waifu battle. You know, every now and then, because I think she's pretty awesome. Probably one of my favorite characters in the video game that we're about to showcase. But let us bring out the challenger that's going to go up against Cortana and see if she could steal the belt away from the damn clanker that everybody keeps complaining about. The fucking clankers. All right, boys. The challenger that's going to go up against the clanker Cortana is going to be none other than the one and the only Cammy from Street Fighter, ladies and gentlemen. Let's start the clock and let's see who is going to win. Is it going to be Cortana or is it going to be Cammy? We got 2 waifus with 2 C's. The names are on the bottom. Let's find out, ladies and gentlemen. Fuck, I misspelled Cammy. Ah, whatever. Who cares? You guys get the drift, okay? You get it. We got Deadeye's Lock with a 2 for Cammy over on Rumble right away. Didn't even wait. The assassin with the killer cake. There you go. Dietrich gifting a 5 for Cammy over on Rumble. Didn't even wait. Crash Collins gifting a 5 over on Rumble for Cammy. Didn't even wait. It's amazing. It's amazing. Look at that. That is crazy. Bio T Wolf with a 5 says Cammy. Clanker lovers love it cold and hard and not in the good way. There's a good way? Misty Vegeta with a 2. Cammy. Oh, that's a good pick. Thanks. It's still YouTube safe. So that's all that matters. That's all that matters. Rumble seems to be united. Yeah, it seems like that. It seems like Rumble's pretty united right now. So there you go. 2 waifus with double C's. Yes. This Deep Rock Galactic Survivor is freaking great. I told you that game is awesome. Bro, I try to give people good recommendations, man. Like when I say I enjoy a video game, I really enjoy the video game. Mr. Melancholy with a 2 says Cammy got the bakery and the watermelon farm. True. That's true. It seems like Cortana is going to get felted tonight. I don't know. We'll find out. We'll find out. She was saved by an epic chair shot last night. I don't know. We'll see. This can go either way still. It's still early. We got Kiara Lunar with a 2, says Cammy, though my Street Fighter 6 mains are my and Jury. Nice. I love Jury, by the way. She kicks ass. David A. Vest with a 10 says Cammy, mission complete. Oh my God, bro. This is not even close. This is not even close. It's insane. We got Lisa with a 49.89 said came in late, but this is just because your band pissed me off. When I got banned? Is that what you're talking about? When I got banned? Yeah, I mean, you know, there's not much I can really do about that. YouTube is good, is YouTube. But thank you for the 49.99. That means a lot to me, Lisa. Thank you so much. That is legendary. Thank you. And it's okay if you came in late. It's all good. I appreciate you stopping by. We got Raza. Raza with a 5 says Cortana because I do like it hard. That's crazy. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy. That's crazy. Well, so far, Raza is the only one that has voted for Oh, no, that's not true. Torinol with a 5 over on Rumble says Cortana, not really a comparison, to be honest. That brings Cortana out of ban territory. So shout out to Raza and Torinol for bringing Cortana out of ban territory. That is amazing. All right, Cammy's coming off screen. And now it is time for the one and only Waifu Battle champion, currently right now, anime version, Cortana, ladies and gentlemen. Let's start the clock and let's see who's going to win. Is it going to be Cammy? Or is it going to be Cortana? Let's find out. We got Mystic Vegeta with a 3, says Cammy. She's my Street Fighter favorite. Let's go. You know, a really good Cammy player is so annoying. It's not even funny, bro. It's like if they really know how to utilize Cammy, it's going to piss you the fuck off. Straight up. I don't know if you guys agree with that, but it's going to piss you the fuck off. I'm sorry, Cammy got this. Oh, come on, man. Come on, man. There's got to be love. Somebody got to love the clanker out there. We got D-Draconic with a 5 for Cammy over on Rumble. We got Xavier with a 5 for Cammy over on Rumble. Rumble is completely decided on Cammy, aside from Torinol's 5. This is rough. This is rough. Initially, I thought the 50 from Lisa was going to count towards a waifu, but she just wanted to tell me that she hated YouTube. Shout out again for the 50. I appreciate that very much. That means a lot to me. Thank you. Thank you. Deadeye's Lock says, I use her too, so I know the tactics. Yeah, she could be so annoying. She could be so annoying. You want Cammy to win, but don't want Cortana to go. Well, you got to figure it out, my man. I don't know. You got to figure it out. Torinol is talking to everybody at Rumble and saying they suck because they're voting for Cammy and they're not voting for Cortana. He's holding it down on his own over there. He's trying, man. He's trying. Shout out to Torinol. Damn, man. Cortana is getting felted, bro. People are leaving her to hang, bro. We're not even at tier 1 yet. Oh, yes, we are. I'm sorry. We just barely hit it, according to T-Jet. We just barely hit tier 1. Thank you guys so much for at least helping us save tier 1. That's legendary. 572 now. Just a forward with a 489 Cortana for all the history when Halo was good. See? Somebody at least remembers, you know, the good times. Thank you for that. Grateful Gamer with a 5 Cammy, of course. Make them UK cakes great again. You know, that's true. That's true. Tiger King says, who's winning? Bro, Tiger King, Cammy is felting Cortana. Felting Cortana. It's bad, man. It's bad. It's bad. You respect the OG Halo, but not the modern Halo. So let's vote based off that respect. Or are we just going to leave Cortana to die? I guess people hate clankers that much. I suppose. Tire King says, I'm okay with this clanker. Sooty Thunder with a 10 says, Cortana, her Halo 4 design was the only good thing that 343 ever did. Yeah, and it's so sad to see what they became, isn't it? 343 and what they became. What are they called now? Halo Studios. Oh, what they became is so sad. It really is so sad. But thank you for the 10, my guy. I appreciate that. All right, boys. Cortana's coming off screen, and now it's time for the final countdown. Rumble, stop lagging. Stop lagging. This can go either way. Still, you never know. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Waiting for Rumble, 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 waiting for Rumble. And that is it, ladies and gentlemen. The last super chats that are going to count is Just the Ford with a 4.99 for Cortana, and then Torinol over on Rumble with a 5 for Cortana. Do holograms clank? According to Torinol, I don't know. I feel like that's a fair enough question. Mods, let's count it up. Feed the ducks. Feed the ducks. I think this went exactly how we thought it was going to go. Sadly, we needed a stronger waifu to try to save tier 2, or honestly, we just needed a stronger waifu to try to compete against. I guess Cortana's not strong enough, I suppose, to defeat Cammy. I mean, it is Cammy, to be fair, but still, I tried, boys. I think it's a pretty easy. I think it's a pretty easy win for Cammy. We're gonna have to. I have an idea for some challengers for sure. But regardless, I'm putting the belt on Cammy right now while the mods count it up. There's also a good picture too, so I guess that helps. Holy shit! K-Styles. What was the music? Hold on, wait. K-Styles just dropped a $100 Red Boy Hyper Banger for tier 2. But he didn't tell me what clip he wanted. Shout out to K-Styles getting us within $100 of tier 2. Thank you so much, my man. I appreciate that. Don't tell me Asians. Don't tell me you want Asians for Old Man Cad, right? I feel like Old Man. Yep, there he is in the chat. He's like, you know what I'm gonna suggest? Of course. Why am I not surprised? Why am I not surprised? He said Asians. Did he really say Asians? No way. This motherfucker said Asians. Why am I not surprised?
Oh my god, it's a Red Boy Hyper Banger.
Shout out to K-Styles, man. Getting us within that $100 range to tier 2. Thank you so much, my brother. I appreciate that, my man. That is legendary. That was a really good attempt at saving the tiers. but it counts no matter what anyway, man. Thank you for the red boy. You fucking legend. And giving old man cat Asians, apparently. T-Chap with the numbers says Cammy is at, wow, it was actually closer than I thought. That's actually kind of insane. I didn't realize it was that close. I don't know why I thought it was like way more than that. But I guess not. Holy shit. Anyway, Cammy's at $50.41 against Cortana at $34.98, which means the winner and the new Waifu Battle champion is none other than the one and the only legendary Cammy, ladies and gentlemen. That's insane. That's insane. Thank you, Grateful Gamer, for becoming a member. Shout out to Grateful Gamer for becoming a member. Thank you, my brother. I appreciate that. Let's do it one more time. One more time. And I'm sure there are some people coping and seething, but not too many. I think there was like 3 of you. Pretty sure.
You are coping and seething. You just can't accept what you're seeing. Yes, you're coping and seething. The truth it is scalding, and now you are molding and coping so hard.
And that's going to be it for the Waifu Battle, ladies and gentlemen. Cammy's going to go backstage, where she will face off against another waifu tomorrow, Hypnocast, 9 p.m. Do not miss it. Have some fun with us. Hang out with us. Talk video games. Talk waifus. It's going to be a good time, boys. Thank you again. We just had 2 legendary drops, man. 2 legendary drops at the same exact time. We had our cuz dropping a $69 mega banger with exclamation marks like crazy, getting us exactly to tier 2. And then K Styles also having the same idea with a $70 mega banger saying tier 2. Both of these guys dropped it at the same time like fucking legends. We got tier 2 saved again at the literal last second for the 263rd tier 2 in a row from all of these legends, all of you that voted tonight and also donated tonight. I appreciate it. But K Styles came in with the red boy. Our cuz came in with the mega banger, and then K Styles finished it off with another mega banger. Shout out to you, my man. Thank you guys so much, both of you, for helping us hit tier 2 and solidifying the save right at the very end. I appreciate that very much. You guys are fucking legends, dude. Thank you so much, dude. T-Chap says, you guys do know you could drop these earlier in the night and make him wear the cat ears for the entire stream. Well, yeah, I mean, I think people just like doing it at the last second. I don't know. I have no idea. Listen, hey, if I don't have to wear the cat girl ears the entire stream, you're not going to hear me complain. It's not a problem. You know, it's always a little weird looking, but it's okay. Midnight Mike says, this is more fun, T-Chap. Yeah, that's what I think people are doing. No, seriously, thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. That was legendary. You guys are amazing, man. Seriously. All right, guys, listen, we're going to go raid ourselves over on Grifcast now. We're going to go play some Neo 3. Thank you guys so much for the likes, the comments, the spamming, the chat, super chat, and gifting memberships, everything. Gifted games. I appreciate it. And of course, shout out to the Hypno mods for doing what they do every single day. I appreciate you guys as well. And I will see every single one of you on the next one. If you're not going to join me for Neo 3 tonight, I appreciate you. And I will see you tomorrow at 9 p.m. Eastern or 5 p.m. Eastern for Griffcast, the first stream. Whichever it may be, I'll see you tomorrow. Until then, go be bigots and go be gooners. Bye.
I am not gay. I have relationships with women and sex with men. And I got news for you. That means you can.
Poor kids are just as bright and just as talented as white kids.
Her dog or her cat was named Vagina.
Put a ticket in Maker Gang! Fuck Indiana Jones, put a ticket in Maker Ninja Gang! Fuck Baby Dad, put a ticket in Maker Gang! It means put a chicken in it we eat and make her fucking gang! Fucking pronouns! Fucking pronouns! Fucking gender ambiguity! Fucking current day California shit! Cause that's all we fucking know! Cause we're boring! We're so fucking boring! Twitter hole! Twitter hole! Get it right!
At the touch of the black man, I bring life. I bring life. I bring life. I bring life. I bring life.